Well, hello everyone, Texie88 here, and welcome to another review. And now I'm taking a look at Shanghai Karate for the Sinclair ZX Spectrum, brought out in 1988 by Players Premier Software. There is a separate 48K version, but I'm looking at the 128K version here. So it's basically a one-on-one beat-em-up, and it has a plot device about famous karate schools in northern China, from where the karate masters taught their students from the sacred karate scrolls, and disgraced former pupils slaughtered the karate masters, and all of the pupils except our hero Lo Yin. Yeah. Very original stuff, as you can tell. So you're basically journeying from Changchun to Shanghai. One thing that's interesting is that even though it supports the keyboard as well as Sinclair and Kempson joysticks, one thing the instructions don't say is what the controls actually are, which in this case are Q, A, O, P, and M. I mean, what's the point in saying keyboard is possible and then not even saying what the keyboard controls are? It's not like you can redefine them in this, because you can't. So that's me on the left here. Oh dear. Well, at first glance, the graphics look really nice, at least in stills. I mean, those backgrounds are nice and atmospheric. And the sprites themselves are quite well drawn, but what's not so good about them is the animation. And you got blocks as well, but you have to be careful. Oh god, you don't want to fall in the water. What the hell is that? I mean, it looks like a pre-Street Fighter 2 Shenlong Dragon Punch. God, it takes long. Look how slowly their health meters drain. Player 2 loses a life. I mean, you can have simultaneous two-player. You can have two-player in this. I'd like to think it would be more enjoyable than this, because the computer-controlled opponents presenting almost no challenge whatsoever. I mean, I'm just able to hit with the same selection of moves every time, and I'm absolutely pummeling him. Whereas he's barely even getting us. Gets in the odd strike if he's lucky, but apart from that. God, why couldn't they have had more frames of animation to make it look a bit slicker? Oh dear. Sound effects are quite nice, and you may have noticed there's actually that gong, a digitized gong sound effect. But if the truth be told, I'm not finding this particularly exciting. Oh, dearie me. He is virtually no challenge. Well, I think I'm safe to say he is no challenge. I'm just repeatedly pummeling him with the same move, and he's getting absolutely hammered. And I still can't get over the fact that they didn't tell you what the keyboard controls are in the instruction manual. I actually had to figure them out in preparation by giving this a test run. Look at this. He's barely even able to do anything, and he's just getting absolutely hammered. Well, it's nice that they got some water animation on the water in there down there. Well, at least what's pouring out of those holes. Oh God. That really does look silly. So it seems to have white connecting. Oh, you bugger! So if you get knocked off the edge, you die instantly. So it seems like every time I hit him, it has a white connecting star, but a black one if it's him hitting me. Well, at least this enemy is more challenging than the previous one. God, that. God. Oh God, I'm actually starting to struggle now. Better get over there because otherwise I'm going to get knocked off into the drink again. It's a bit hard to tell when a strike's going to hit. Oh God. I might have to start using those blocks in a moment because I'm... See, look, how are you able to hover in the air like that? I can't do that. If I do that, I'd fall back down to earth almost instantly, which I would because... Oh God. You sort of edge backwards as you strike, which isn't ideal. It takes too long. The fights really do drag on in this. Oh God, this is so close. I've just got the edge on him at the moment, but how long is that going to last? It's just a shame that this doesn't have far better animation. It could have been something really special. And if the fights didn't drag on for so long. Yeah. Now he's starting to flounder again. I actually thought he was presenting something akin to a challenge, but now I'm starting to wonder. Because I just managed to get that whole flurry of hits in on him. Oh, God. And the way it works is that they're actually two separate loads with this part containing the first half of the journey and the and the other load containing the second half. But when I actually tested that, it seemed to be just more of the same drivel with different backgrounds, a bit like what you've already seen. So yeah, this. God, I really wish that the scrolls that the character you control was learning from actually gave him some better animation, because this is quite embarrassing for a game from the latter half of the 1980s. I mean, well 1988. I mean, a few years earlier there was Way of the Exploding Fist, and look at the animation in that. It's stunning for a computer game of its time. And you didn't have fights that dragged on for several minutes like you get in this. Yeah, I'm not going to have him pushing me into the water when I'm this close to victory. Oh God, don't start faltering. Yeah. God, this is really getting dull. The fights just go on way too long. Oh, God alive. And some of the hit detections are rather ropey as well. There are a number of times when he, even when one clearly should have hit the other and there was no connecting star for either colour. Why is that movement so slow? Oh God, Oh, it seems like you like this the strikes that you land make a different sound to those which he lands. Oh, maybe not. Nah, I thought it might have been, but not necessarily. Oh goodness me, this is so boring. It's such a shame because the backgrounds are quite nice. It's just there's a little bit of animation on that dragon in the background. I saw its mouth move a moment ago. Oh God, I'm getting pushed back. No, now they're starting. Yeah, I just saw its mouth move. Yeah, I didn't just imagine it. That dragon's face does have moments of animation on it. Yeah, this really isn't particularly stunning. Oh, he's knocked me off the edge. This really isn't a great game. In fact, it's rather crap actually. But it's everything. The controls are so unresponsive at times, at the best of times as well. It's just. I mean, there is a noticeable delay when it. Oh God, I can't get. I mean, sometimes it looks like these guys are breakdancing or doing camera. Oh, you sod. Actually, I'm not that bothered if he knocks me off the edge because I'm getting bored of this now. It could have been so much more. I mean, Way of the Exploding Fist had a very similar control system and was way better animated than this, and they didn't even have 128K Spectra in those days. Oh God, the hit detection and responsiveness to controls is utter crap. Oh, bollocks to that. Player 1 is dead. Yeah, I wasn't that impressed with that. I mean, a game from 1988 versus something like Way of the Exploding Fist from 1985. There's just no contest. Fist wins every time. I mean, it may have only cost $1.99 when this first game came out, but the likelihood is that Way of the Exploding Fist would have been available on budget by that point. So you would have been better off buying that and not this. It does much the same thing and is a far more enjoyable experience, and it doesn't have unresponsive controls and fights that take about 5 minutes just to finish one bout. So yeah, I can't do the 88. It's not letting me do the numerical digits. So that's Shanghai Karate. Really uninspiring martial arts one-on-one beat 'em up. I can't really get excited about it. Music's nice and the graphics are nice, but apart from that, there's just nothing really that particularly draws you to continue playing. And as I said, doing the other load, which I can make out would have been on the other side of the cassette, would just have been much the same thing with different backgrounds. Hence the reason it says turn the tape over for more levels down there. So no, this really is not very good at all. As I said, the graphics are really nice and are quite atmospheric, especially that first and third ones, and even more so with that dragon in the background on that third background, and even having a bit of animation on its face. But the animation's awful. The sound effects are really good, sampled sound effects throughout, and they do the job really well. But the gameplay, oh my goodness, it takes far too long to beat an opponent, not counting the fact that you can knock them off the edge of the platform. And even hitting someone about 10 times on the trot does precious little in the way of damage to their energy meter. It just takes too long, and it gets really boring before it really has a chance to get going. It might have been quite so bad if you only had to defeat the enemy once or twice. We have to defeat them about 3 or 4 times, and that just really pulls. So that would mean that before too long you'd get bored of this game and never load it again. So I'm going to give Shanghai Karate for the ZX Spectrum 3 out of 10. I'm sorry, but as I said, when you've got this against something like Way of the Exploding Fist, there's just no contest. The Way of the Exploding Fist does this sort of thing so much better. And it doesn't have fights that take about 5 minutes to complete. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that review. Catch you on another one soon. Texie88 out.